Hey there. So, woke up this Saturday morning and started Facebooking. And, you know, there are some people out there that just don't know who they're messing with when they start talking scripture. And want to debate with me about scripture concerning things that I'm absolutely certain about. I mean, there are plenty of things where, there's a question as to what certain scriptures mean and their significance or their relevance to current events, yada, yada, yada. But then there are those things that are absolutely uh, set in stone. And so, to all of those who would dare challenge me on biblical matters, well, I would have you to know this. First of all, I ate, drank, and slept the Bible coming up. And I keep telling people I'm an Oreo. You know, I'm adopted. My mother is Italian. My father was Polish. He passed away in 2000. But anyway, um, when I was a kid, because I was born in 1969, but when I was a kid living in New Jersey, where I'm originally from, then Sunday school was actually Sunday school. You had workbooks, yeah, and you took them home, and throughout the week you did your assignment. You memorized 5 or 10 verse passage of the Bible, and then you went back to Sunday school and recited it in front of the class the following Sunday. And so there's that. And you actually learned a lot of the truths behind the Bible and its writing, uh, even in second or third grade Sunday school. I was probably in, well, first or second grade Sunday school when I heard the Sunday school teacher say that there was a time that all animals were able to speak, and that after sin entered the world, for some reason, all animals but the parrot lost that ability. Well, I would figure it out years later that this had to do with women not wanting to be seen as stupid because of Eve having listened to a talking serpent. And I came to realize that there's actually nothing in the Bible that supports the idea that all animals ever spoke. Okay. But anyway, there's that. But check this out. So, in the middle of eighth grade, still in New Jersey, my parents transferred a number of us from public school to Christian school, and then a couple years later, we moved from New Jersey to Florida. So, right around my 16th birthday is when we moved to Florida, and so I went to a Christian school in Florida, and that's where I graduated from. And since then, both Christian schools have been shut down. They no longer exist. Um, but the principal, who was also a teacher at the Christian school in New Jersey, he's a good friend of the family. He's still in touch. And anyway, there's that. So I just wanted to do a quick demonstration of what we had to learn when I was in school, going to Sunday school, uh, then going to Christian school eventually. but let me see. So I was going to do just one demonstration, but I think I'll actually do two. So John chapter 3, verses 16 through 21. This is the one I just decided to add in, and there's a cool story behind it. So everyone knows John 3:16, but they don't necessarily know the next five verses. So here you go. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He that believeth is not condemned. He that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds are evil. For he that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth good cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in God. So I actually had to learn that entire passage and recite it before the class. I know I had to do it in Christian school when I was like eighth or ninth grade. I might have actually had to do it even in lower level Sunday school, maybe third grade. But anyway, there you have it. Now, by the time I was 10 years old, and I still had not gone to Christian school yet, that was a few years later. But by the time I was 10 years old, maybe even by the time I was 8, I was able to say all the books of the Bible in order, all 66 books. Now, this is the level of learning that was put upon us when I was a child. So, I mean, you had kids 6, 7, 8 years old in Sunday school being made to learn all 66 books of the Bible in order and then say them in front of the class. And they even had a song some music that they put it to when they were teaching it to you. I remember the Sunday school teacher being an older woman at that time. She's probably deceased by now. She had to have been like 60 at the time, based on how I remember her looking. She had a full gray head of hair. But her name was Miss Tweedy. And this was at Long Hill Chapel in Chatham, New Jersey. That's not where I actually lived, but it's near where I lived, of course. I actually lived in a town called Peapack, which is 45 miles west of New York City in Somerset County, New Jersey. But anyway, so we were going to a church in Chatham, New Jersey. Spelled like Chatham, but you pronounce it Chatham. The second T, the T and the H are pronounced separately. So it's Chatham, not Chatham. But anyway, so that said, we were going to Long Hill Chapel, and the Sunday school teacher's name was Miss Tweedy, and she actually taught us this song: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, and First and Second Samuel. And I didn't sound quite like that as a child. But anyway, here go the 66 books of the Bible in order without the song, just stating them. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. Now, that is all 66 books of the Bible. You want to see me do it again? All right, here you go. One more time for good measure. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd and 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. There you go.